are expecting the number of fatalities to grow. Meanwhile, mourners have gathered in Islamabad for the funeral of the former Minorities Minister Shahbaz Bhatti. Bhatti was shot dead after calling for reforms to Pakistan's controversial blasphemy law. AlJazeera's Kamal Haider has the story.
Last rites for a man who predicted his own death. Shahbaz Bhatti's coffin, draped in the flag of the All Pakistan Minority Alliance, was brought to Islamabad's main church for a final goodbye. Amidst tight security, mourners gathered outside Fatima Church to pay homage to a man who championed minority controversial blasphemy law. Senior government officials and foreign dignitaries also paid their respects.
The Pakistan flag is a symbolic that the green side and the white side. The white side represents minorities.
For Pakistan's Christians, the loss of Shahbaz Bhatti is great for some. He's now a martyr. His body was then flown to his native village in the Punjab for burial. Shahbaz Bhatti is not the first victim of the controversy over the blasphemy law, and the real fear is that he may not be the last. Kamal Haider, AlJazeera, Islamabad.
This is Al Jazeera. These are the stories making the headlines. In Libya, Gaddafi's security forces in towns across the country. Fresh fighting has erupted in Ras Lanuf and AlZawiya, where at least 30 people have been killed, according to the Reuters news agency. And there are also reports that police which remains a Gaddafi stronghold. After Friday prayers, there have been more demonstrations calling for change across the Arab world, including in Yemen. Protesters in the capital Sana'a called for the end of the veteran president. And in northern Yemen, it's reported at least 2 people have been killed during anti-government protests. Protests have also continued in Cairo's Tahrir Square. The new Prime Minister, Essam Sharaf, addressed the crowd and vowed to work hard to realise In the capital, Baghdad, protesters demanded improved services, better pay and an end to corruption. In Iraq's southern city of Basra, security forces used water cannon and batons against anti-government demonstrators. And people in Jordan have also taken to the streets. Crowds in the capital, Amman, have been demanding political reforms and a constitutional monarchy. Supporters of Côte d'Ivoire's opposition leader have taken to the streets in response to the shooting of peaceful protesters on Thursday. Young men, some armed with knives, set up roadblocks in Abobo after troops loyal to President Laurent Gbagbo shot dead 6 female anti-government demonstrators. The UN admits that the organisation is overstretched, but says Côte d'Ivoire must be given as much attention as Libya. A bomb blast has accompanied Friday prayers at a mosque in northwest Pakistan. 9 people were killed in Nowshera district. The explosion happened as food was being distributed to the poor. There was no immediate claim of responsibility. Also in Pakistan, mourners gathered for the funeral of the former Minorities Minister Shahbaz Bhatti. Security was tightened around Islamabad's main church where a funeral service was held. Bhatti was shot dead on Wednesday. He'd been calling for reforms to Pakistan's controversial blasphemy law. Politicians in Taiwan say they feel threatened by China's plan to boost defence spending by 13%. Beijing has played down the island nation's concerns, but Taiwan is urging the United States and Europe to sell them more weapons. Those are the headlines. Coming up next, it's Witness. Do stay with us here on Al Jazeera. Bye for now.
Hello and welcome to Witness, where we bring you personal stories from around the world. I'm Rida Fakhri. Most of us know that the establishment of the State of Israel brought Jews from all over the world to the new homeland. What may be less well known is that some Arab Jews from the surrounding states were amongst these immigrants. In 1948, a group of Jewish musicians from Baghdad and Cairo arrived in Tel Aviv. They were masters of Arabic music, but they found that their music was not valued in their new homeland, and the ongoing Arab-Israeli war left no room for their identity as Arab Jews. A small cafe became the one place where their music and culture could survive. Today's film by Duki Dror brings us the memories and stories of this charming group of now old men. Their memories, photographs, and bits of old film transport us back in time and give us a taste of the lives of these Jewish Arab musicians at Cafe Noah.
בתשלומים, בתשלומים, כל דבר בתשלומים, בתשלומים, כל המשכורת הולך למכולת. אז אמרו לי, לא, תתקן. אל תגיד הולך למכולת. לא חשוב, הם אוכלים מה שאני כותב. בעברית אני הייתי חלש מאוד. חלש בעברית, אבל לאט לאט בשביל השירים שלי, שאני מכניס שירים עברית וערבית ומוסלחים, והיה הולך. אני קונה הכל בתשלומי. בתשלומי, בתשלומי. זה קבל צ'אנס השיר הזה. אין נשב שאנחנו הולכים אל הרוסים בתשלומים.
אלביר, זה סחה. מה שלומך? תסלח לי שאני מפריע לך בצהריים. אבל רציתי לשאול בשלומך קודם כל בשנה טובה. בשנה טובה, יהודי אלבי. תגיד לי, אתה שמעת בטח ואתה יודע או שאתה לא יודע? רוצים לעשות שחזור של קפה נוח ולדבר. תגיד לי, אין לך איזה סרט 8 מילימטר מקפה נוח? צילמת פעם? משהו?
בימים ההם היו עולים חדשים, צמאים לשירה, צמאים לשירה מזרחית במיוחד, אפילו ערבית, עברית. ולמזלנו בימים ההם היו לנו מה זה זמרים ממדרגה ראשונה א' א' כולם. ופתחנו את קפה נוח. מה זה? לא תאמין, מלא 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 מלא. אפילו כל הכיסאות של הבתים שלהם בקרבת מקום היו מביאים אותה לגן הזה, ובתוכו יש בריכה, דגים, וזה מקום מאוד מאוד היה מפואר.
אתה נכנס לקפה כאילו שאתה נכנס לג'ונגל, וזה היופי שלו.
זה דור מיוחד, אין. ומי שהיה מספר אחד בזמרה העיראקית, הוא נכנס לקפה נוח.
קפה נוח זה בשבילנו, זה היה, החיים שלנו זה היה קפה נוח. חיי. כולנו גדלנו שם, התחתנו בזמן קפה נוח, כולנו.
אתה רוצה לדעת בטח איפה התחילה המוזיקה אצלי? זה ממצרים. אבא שלי היה מוזיקאי בזמנו, מפורסם מאוד.